I once heard somebody say that it is your job as a writer to make life as difficult as you can for your protagonist. Now, that's kind of a delicate balance to achieve because you don't want to make things too hard or too impossible, make something that they can't possibly get out of, but at the same time, you got to kind of keep things interesting for your reader. Let me show you what I'm talking about, and then I'll give you a little exercise that you can try to, kind of experiment with this a little bit. As an example of this, I'm going to tune into my own comic book here, the first two issues of Hush Ronin, to kind of show you what I mean. So in the beginning of the first issue, we have Shoji here, the main character. His father's just been killed by a samurai. He's facing down a samurai on horse with a sword. You can see they kind of face off here, then the page turn. And he's creatively problem solving to use his little wooden sword to pike the horse to get out of what would otherwise be a deadly situation. Later, he flees the burning village and runs off into the mountains where he encounters a hermit character. And rather than being embraced with open arms by this hermit, the hermit leads him through kind of a battery of tests in the mountains to test Shoji's strength and resourcefulness. And it isn't even so much so the old man can be assured of what Shoji is capable of, but it's to show the boy himself that he is capable and resourceful, and he's going to be ultimately okay as the story unfolds. But resourcefulness isn't enough on its own, and this is kind of what I mean by that balance. So later in the second issue, Shoji has to make some friends when he is recognized by some bandits that have descended on this village and sort of taken it over, and they see a woodcutter who doesn't have an axe, which seems suspicious. And they think maybe he's this Ronin that everybody's looking for, so they come out and confront him on the street. Shoji holds his own for as long as he can until they reveal that he is carrying this magical sword, and then he gets stuck, and we think everything's over for him until helpful friends arrive, and so on. And then we give him a moment of respite where he gets to sort of relax in this abandoned temple with his newfound friends, but ultimately it's setting the stage for yet another betrayal, which we'll see unfold in the third issue. And now for the exercise. This is something that we used to do in animation school to kind of test out our own original characters and create character-driven narratives based off of a fun situation. So imagine your character, whoever they are and whatever world that they come from, they're driving in a car and they reach a bridge that has a toll booth, meaning they have to pay to cross this bridge, and your character doesn't have the cash to do it. How do they get through, around, or over this situation? And let me know. I want to know what you come up with.